Amen. The idea that there's 3 generations on the mat today is an awesome thing, which gives me a chance to talk about a little bit of what yoga can offer us and how it might be possible as a result of getting on the mat. Change can happen. One of the things that I'm studying at the moment is psychoneuroimmunology, which is to say epigenetics. So what happens in our mind has a direct correlation to what happens in the body. And while some of us, an older way of thinking about our bodies, what's happening in here is that, you have this DNA and it's kind of like a guidebook for what happens. What we're coming to understand is that, yes, that is true, but the guidebook is way looser, and the freedom inside the framework of what your DNA dictates is wildly larger than what we think. And so part of our work as we come into being in this body is to repair certain things that have happened through the lineage. And this is always an amazing thing, a fact for me that blows my mind. And given that it's women that are on the mat at the moment, these 3 generations. So when grandma was pregnant with baby daughter, the granddaughter was also already a part of that fetal expression of the daughter. So when a woman is pregnant, if she's having a baby girl, her ovaries are already expressing the number of eggs that she'll have through the entirety of her lifetime, which means that any of her granddaughters are already living inside her. So while you may or may not have a super tight relationship with your grandmother, you existed inside her when she was giving birth to the first daughter. So it's this amazing piece of flowing forward, this creating the tissue of your tissues of your tissues. And in many ways, when we come to the mat, our opportunity to epigenetically, above the genes, change what the DNA is going to tell the body to do starts in here. And so as we come to the mat today, the opportunity to step away from fear and hatred and bad behavior that's been perpetrated through millennia is here now. This is the evolutionary option that yoga offers us. This ability to, yes, I have my DNA, I've inherited a bunch of things, some of which are hard. In other words, you can't change your mom and dad once you get here. But you do not have to adopt the teachings of your mom and dad if it doesn't fit for this lifetime. We're starting to move toward being able to revise our mind and how we behave in the world. And so one of the things that'll happen today, it's not a heated class, but we're definitely going to get warm. And that heat in the body will allow us the opportunity to change our tissue. And in changing your tissue, you can change your mind. In changing your mind, you can change the trajectory of your whole life. And so one of the things that we'll do most assuredly today is I'll invite you toward an edge of physical discomfort so that you can practice being uncomfortable and staying present. And instead of being reactive, I don't like this, I'm going to push it away, you can actually be uncomfortable and be graceful and steady and choose peace inside yourself. So that instead of externalizing what's called your locus of control, I'm happy if and only if such and such happens. If you wait for if then to come into manifestation, we all know. If only my tits would stay high on my chest so that when I'm 50, I don't have to worry about saggy boobies. Well, good luck with that. And there are some options to fix that, but they come at a great cost. And generally, you find that even when the titty rack is way up here, you still have discomfort. All the stuff you buy to hopefully create comfort in your life. Like, if I can only get that zesty salad shooter, then I'll be happy. If I get the new Nike, or I get the nipple hair to go away, right? Like all these things about our bodies that we get really caught up in. The idea being that if you can start to be happy internally without the external being the dictator of what makes happiness happen, then you can carry happiness as a thing, day to day, moment to moment. So the practice is, I offer you things to make you physically uncomfortable. You reside in the discomfort and radiate steadiness and peace. And then you translate that as an activity off the mat. And the key to it is twofold. One, breath. Always allow the breath to be rich, steady, and full. If it gets diminished, you're not practicing yoga any longer. You're not practicing that steadiness and ease. You're actually practicing efforting, grasping, clinging. So the minute you lose the thread of the breath, slow it down, bring it back. And the second thing is, sometimes you just need to rest. If it gets too much, your nervous system is too full, it causes burning, tearing, ripping, searing pain, take it down and into child's pose. Get your poop in a group, stand back up, and go into it again. These two things, knowing when to rest and knowing how to breathe and stay present, will serve you off the mat. Ardha Chandrasana, you're not going to bust it out in the middle of the supermarket. It's not going to make you look any better. You're not going to do triangle in church. You're not going to stand on your head at the deathbed of somebody that you love. Being able to manage discomfort and know how to stay present will. And that's our work. So all the rest, let it drop off. Stay steady with the breath, the graceful presence. Know when to rest. Let's come to our feet.